Momentum and impulse. We have two curves right in front of us, A and B. They're identical, as you can clearly see. They both have a mass of 2000 kgs. I want you to think of something. Let's say you had to stand in the path of one between the two cars and push the car until it comes to a complete stop. For car A, it is moving with a velocity of 10 meters per second. And then car B is moving with a velocity of 20 meters per second. If you had to push one between the two cars to a complete stop, which car would you choose? They have the same mass. They differ in velocity. Car A has a velocity of 10 meters per second, while car B has a velocity of 20 meters per second. Which car would it be easier to stop between the two? Obviously, it is going to be car A because it has a speed of 10 meters per second. It has less speed compared to car B, right? So it would be easier to stop. Here we don't have identical cars anymore. We have car A with a mass of 1500 kgs and car B with a mass of 2000 kgs. If car A is moving with a velocity of 10 meters per second and car B is also moving at a velocity of 10 meters per second, then which car would be easier to stop between the two cars? It should be easy to see that car A would be easier to stop between the two cars, right? Even though they're moving at the same speed, car A has less mass, so it should be easier to stop because of the mass. If you ask a grade 10 learner these questions, they will probably get them right, even though they don't know the physics behind it. But in our case, we have to find out why that is the case. So let's go ahead and do that. Momentum is the product of an object's mass and its velocity. From the previous video, I'm sure you have seen that when you change the mass, something happens to the momentum. And when you change the velocity, the momentum also changes. So the formula we have for momentum is P is equals to M multiplied by V, where P is equals to the momentum. So P is the symbol we use for momentum. The SI unit is in kg meters per second. That will make sense very soon. P is equals to M multiplied by V. P is the momentum and M is the mass. In chemistry, the mass is in grams. In physics, the mass is in kg. Okay, so the mass is in kg. If you find that you're given the mass of an object in grams, you obviously have to convert it to kgs by dividing by 1000. That's how it works. And then V is the velocity in meters per second. Nothing new there whatsoever. V is the velocity in meters per second. So momentum is the product of an object's mass and velocity. Mass is a scalar and the velocity is a vector. So the product of a scalar and a vector will give you a vector. So momentum is a vector. We need to put into consideration the direction when we are solving our problems. So let's just recap. Momentum is the product of an object's mass and its velocity. P is the momentum in kg meters per second, M is the mass in kgs, and V is the velocity in meters per second. Let's take a look at these two examples. But before we look at the examples, there are some guidelines that we should always follow. The first one being that always convert the mass to kgs and velocity to meters per second. Like I've said, right? We need to convert the mass to kgs and the velocity to meters per second. That is bullet point number 1. And bullet point number 2, remember to indicate direction using a plus sign and negative sign. This is when you substitute, okay? And then the third bullet point, provide your answer with the unit and direction. we need to include the direction because momentum is a vector, like I have said. Okay, so that is the third bullet point. The fourth bullet point, if you obtain a negative answer for a vector, it only means that the direction is opposite to what you chose as positive. That's all it means, nothing more than that. So there we go. Those are the things we need to remember as we calculate. Okay, let's take a look at the first question. A dog with mass 30 kgs runs at a velocity of 45 meters per second. Calculate the momentum of the dog. Well, this is pretty much straightforward. The mass is in kgs, so no problem there whatsoever. And the velocity is in meters per second. So we're going to write our formula. P is equals to m multiplied by v. And then we're going to substitute. P is equals to the mass, which is 30, multiplied by the velocity, which is 45. This is equals to 1,350, the magnitude. We include the units, which is kg meters per second, and lastly, we include the direction. We need to give the magnitude, the SI unit, and the direction. The direction is in the direction of the motion, okay? But usually, when we solve problems, you're going to be given whether it's to the left, to the right, west, east, and so on. So that is the first question. No trickery there whatsoever. You should be able to make sense of that. And then the second question, a car is traveling at 60 kilometers per hour. If the mass of the car is 250 kgs, calculate the momentum of the car. Well, there's a slight problem. We have the mass, which is 250 kgs. That's okay, right? There's no problem there whatsoever. The problem arises with the speed or the velocity. It is 60 kilometers per hour. And we need our velocity to be in meters per second, not kilometers per hour. So we need to convert that 60 kilometers per hour to meters per second. How do we do that? We divide by 3.6. If you divide by 3.6, you're going to get 16.66666. 6 recurring, right? So, right, you just have to, if your velocity is in kilometers per hour, you divide by 3.6 to convert it to meters per second. That's all you have to do, right? Not only in this problem, even if you come across a different problem, if the velocity is in kilometers per hour, you just divide it by 3.6 to convert it to meters per second. The mass is 250. There is no problem there, okay? We multiply the two numbers and we have a momentum of 4,166.67 kgs meters per second in the direction of the motion. There we go.